Hello, my dears. I am a little lit this evening. I had some, I think it's pronounced hanjan. It's a Korean alcohol. It's really good. It's like soju. There's another one I also had from that store that was up the street. It was really good. So, a warning. I may be doing a little bit of singing tonight, and really what I just mean is like I get very sing-songy when I'm feeling really good. I mean, I'm kind of that way already, but you know, you know how it is. We already know what it is with the mobile. It was a very powerful day of rest for me. A powerful day of rest. I thoroughly enjoyed getting up super late because last night's video I posted, or I started to upload at, these would make super cute earrings. Oh my gosh, guys. I think we're onto something. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I need that in my life. What was I saying? What was I saying? Something about I don't remember. Let's have some water. Yes. Last night's video, I didn't get home until like 3 a.m. and then I showered and I brushed my teeth and everything and prepped for bed, and then I got in here and I did a video, so I didn't get to bed until like 5:15 in the morning. Luckily, because we're still technically in the winter, the sky wasn't getting light. Drink some water. You already know what this is. Don't be looking at me crazy. Don't be looking around like, what, water, what you talking about? If you've seen any of my other videos, you know this is what we do. Don't act new. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So if you were acting new, don't act new. Go grab some water. If you are new here, hello. How are you doing? Welcome. Bye. We finna be here for like an hour shooting the shit. Most of the time, actual like serious stuff doesn't drop until the 30-minute mark, because we gotta get into it. I have to warm up. I gotta warm up first. I really enjoyed last night's video, actually, because I was in this place where I was super tired, and so everything that I said was really like it felt really raw. I find like when it's late, you know how when you're with people and like you're hanging out with your friends or something, and then like it starts to get super late, and at like 1 or 2 a.m. somebody's like, man, do you really think like that we're even alive? Like, do you think we're really, like, we really exist? That's how you know the night's getting good. I love when questions get there. Like, I love when everybody is feeling lovely and the last little bit of laughter dies down and the serious questions come out. I fucking love that. Excuse me. I also love what if questions. Yo, I am a big what if person. So if somebody's like, what if you woke up one morning and you had a tail? I love these questions because it's an opportunity to exercise that creative mind. And it's just really fucking fun to do. You know what's crazy? And if you're a creative person and you're watching this and you're like, what? I can't believe people wouldn't do that. Or people would do that. I feel you. I've met a lot of people and we've been hanging out and I've been like, what would you do if you woke up and instead of feet, there were bananas on your feet? And it was like the open peel. So it's like the banana was gone and your feet were just banana peels and they were upside down. Do you think you would be slipping perpetually, or do you think that you would have it because like this is how you, like this is what you do? Do you think you would have to take time to practice, or do you think like your body would just automatically know how to adjust? I would ask those questions 4 minutes and 44 seconds and boring ass dudes would hit me with, I don't know. Fuck you mean you don't know? Bro, I'm giving you an opportunity to connect with your inner child so that we can have some dumb conversation. And you hit me with, I don't know? Ugh. You must be the type of person who wants to be asked, where do you see yourself in 10 years, Richard? I don't know. I don't know where I see myself in 10 years. I have ideas. I have ideas of where I would like to be in 10 years. But at the end of the day, I don't know. But yeah, I really liked last night's video. I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. It was a bop. It was a great moment. At the end of that video, I was like, man, somebody asked me a question and I couldn't figure out who it was. I couldn't remember what the question was. Somebody in the comments asked me, do I speak Spanish? I do not. I don't speak any languages fluently. I was on Duolingo. I bought a book of hiragana, and I think it's pronounced katakana. I could be butchering that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I got a book where I was drawing like the Japanese characters. I had one for the Hangul characters, and I was working on that. I've only ever been doing stuff in like bits and pieces, so no, I do not speak any other languages other than English fluently. I really wish as a kid that I was kind of forced to learn a language almost, because I feel like being bilingual I feel like it's dope. If you are bilingual, please tell me in the comments. I would like to know if I have bilingual people watching. 6 minutes and 23 seconds as I was saying that. So I would love to know if there's anybody who's bilingual. I like Spanish. Spanish is a fun language to learn and to speak. It's funny because I always say when I answer the phone, my mom, when I was younger, when I was in the 2nd grade, my mom was actually, she taught at the school that I went to. It's a very small private school, and she was actually our Spanish teacher because my mom went to school to teach. And so whenever I would answer the phone, I would say, hola, ¿cómo estás? And so now as an adult, when I answer the phone, I'll be like, hola, and people are like, oh, you speak Spanish? I'm like, no, un poquito. Not even un poquito. Not even small. Like, minuscule. Like, here's an eyelash. That's how much Spanish I speak. I know words, like a few words. Like I know aquí is here. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's it. I don't know a whole lot. I don't know a whole lot. But I like to speak other languages. I actually memories. Yeah, we're yapping. This is all yap. So if you're here for this, I'm glad you're here for this. Let me say thank you to those who are commenting, and thank you to all the new subscribers. Since I started these videos, I have 49 new subscribers. Hello. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing good. I hope you had an amazing day. Or if you're watching this first thing in the morning, I hope you slept well. If you're watching this in the middle of the day, I hope everything, like your day, has gone good so far. 8 minutes and 23 seconds as I say that. 23 is my lucky number. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So I have this one. The little heart. I love you. I love you. What's the other one? This one. Yeah. This one was really hard to do. I remember when I first saw like Gen Z doing this, and I was like, what? Felt like I was throwing gang signs because my fingers wouldn't do what I needed them to do. But thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed, because to me, having like 1 or 2 subscribers is a big deal, because to me, I do not just subscribe to channels personally. I only subscribe to channels that I'm interested in seeing people's content again and again and again. And some of you might be like, well, yeah, why else would you subscribe? I know that there are people who do pity subscriptions where they will subscribe to a person just because they want to see this person grow, which honestly, I appreciate any reason why somebody would want to like a video or subscribe or comment. I can appreciate it. I love the energy. I'll appreciate that energy. I will take it in. Yum, 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 yum. Mwah, chef's kiss. And I will have that. I will have that. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Whatever your reason is for being here, if you're getting something out of this, if you're enjoying what I'm providing, which is me yapping and then having occasional fresh tips for you. Fresh tips are the best. Oh man, I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so happy. So happy peppy. But yeah, I really wanted to learn Japanese. And the reason why I wanted to learn Japanese is because I knew in my heart of hearts, as I was watching Death Note as a youth, I was like, I have a feeling the subtitles are not accurately matching what these characters are saying. Because the character, like the voice actors, would be going off, and I'm like, oh no, he's talking about some serious shit. And then the subtitles would be like, they would be really simple. So like the character would, I would feel that the character was saying something like, you are the light of my life, and I've got to take over, and I've got to do all this stuff, I have to avenge, blah 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 blah. And then the subtitles are like, it's been a good day. I was like, nah. So I've been trying to learn Japanese for years so that I can watch anime without subtitles and not have to watch it in dub. That was a goal for so long, and I have failed every time because for me, I'll be good until I get to complex sentence structure. And then my brain just cannot seem to grasp the grammar rules. I can hardly grasp the grammar rules in English. This stuff is constantly changing. Like, I play Scrabble on my phone, on mobile. I am constantly in one of 4 Scrabble games because I'm really trying to have a bigger vocabulary. And so I actually used, I forget the word that I used, but I got 20 points off that word. I was like, eat it, eat my dust, eat my powder. Like, I was very happy. But I love languages. It's just really hard for me to stick to it and to learn them and to internalize them. For a while, I could understand a little bit of Spanish. Like, I couldn't speak it, but because I was reading it, because I was watching, like, I would watch shows in like when I was learning Korean, there was a Korean show that I would watch. It was a kids show, and I would turn off the subtitles, and I would simply watch the show with the hangul at the bottom, and I would force myself to have to figure things out through context clues. I have heard this is actually one of the best ways to learn a new language. So if you're interested in learning a new language, besides having people who speak that language fluently and like talking to them frequently and allowing them to talk in that language to you, another really good way to do it is to watch shows where they are speaking that language but don't watch them with English subtitles. Watch them with the subtitles of that language if you can, or no subtitles at all, and try to have to figure things out like through context. The brain kind of goes into survival mode where it starts to figure things out because it has to. And that was actually happening with Korean for a while. I also listened to like a true crime Korean podcast for a while there, and that was working. But yeah, besides these videos, and besides like schooling and certain jobs, it's really hard for me to stick to my hobbies. I get burnt out really quick because I come in, I burn super bright. I'm like, yes, I got this. I've got a whole schedule down. I'm going to practice for an hour a day. I'm going to do sticky notes. I'm going to hang them up. Like, I get so invested. And then nothing. I hope you're ready for nothing, because that's what happens. Yeah. It makes me a little sad sometimes when I think about it, because I'm like, if I had stuck with learning Korean, because I started learning it a year ago, I'd be at beginner, like I'd be at the beginner level, and I'd be doing relatively well, but I didn't stick with it. There are certain things it's just easier for me to stick with. So like this whole spirituality journey, this metaphysical journey is a lot easier for me to stick with because it's interesting, because it grabs my attention. So that's why this works for me. Para mí. But yeah, no, I speak very minimal. Now, of course, if I hung out with people who spoke Spanish, I would probably pick it up. I would probably want to speak more Spanish than English, because English, there are certain, like, poems, there are songs that I actually really like. And that is, to me, the only purpose of English. Like, having to speak English because it's the only language I know does frustrate me, because it's just not as pretty as other languages. Like, I don't even want to try to say anything because my brain is all like confuzzled. My brain's been all over the place today. I actually just got done watching a compilation video of Shrek Forever After of Rumpelstiltskin. He is my favorite. He's my favorite villain in the Shrek universe. I fucking love Rumpelstiltskin. I was quoting him today and my sister was like, have you been saying this? Like you do it so well. I know that when you heard that line, you were just saying it randomly to yourself. And it's when he's like, hello, good people of far, far away. It is I, Rumpelstiltskin, the shepherd of your dreams. And then his other line, when he's like, spoilers for Shrek Forever After. When he goes, so bring Shrek to me. What does he say? He said, light your torches, sharpen your pitchforks, and get your mama. He fucking kills me, bro. I love Rumpelstiltskin when he's talking to the Pied Piper, and he's like, I'm tired of hearing your little rudely toot toots. And then he tells the other witch, he's like, Bubba, go get my, what does he say? He says, go get my commercial wig or something. And then he's like, Piper, pull my socks up. And then as Piper is playing and his socks are going up, he goes, wee, tight. I fucking love Shrek. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, he has so many lines. Like when he's telling he tells Pinocchio, he's like, get out of here, Rumple Stinky Pants. Nobody needs your deals anymore. And then he says something about being a real boy. And he's like, I'm not a real boy or whatever. And Rumple's like, do you want to be? Like, it's just so creepy. Like, he's so creepy. My sister with her 3 kids, she actually does his voice really well. Like, anytime she's making drinks, because she actually mixes drinks, like, she pours them super heavy. When I go to her house, I'm like, hey, yo, can you, like, make me a baby cup of something? Because she be getting the Don Q, and she just be mixing, and she be like, yeah, you know, we get lit tonight. Do not partake if you are not 21 or over. I always feel like I have to do disclaimers, because you never know. But she'll mix the drink, and she'll be like, what did she say? A fresh libation to ease your frustrations. And then she'll go, Abautini. Y'all, I love the Shrek movies. I love the Shrek movies so much. Did you know? It's about to be a did you know type of video tonight. Did you know that The Prince of Egypt and Shrek was being done at the same time? For those of you that don't know, The Prince of Egypt is one of the best, in my opinion, animated movies with a dope-ass soundtrack and an incredibly stacked cast of people. It's ridiculous. If you don't know about The Prince of Egypt, go look it up, go find it somewhere and watch it. It is life-changing. I no longer identify as Christian or with any religion in particular, and I don't follow a lot of what's going on as far as like rules and regulations and things like that, and like I'm not like I follow the Bible or anything like that. I'm just out here doing my best to be a good person, and I don't mind people who follow me being Christian. I actually love having people who I talk to who are from different denominations or different faiths. I think it's really cool because then you get to see the world through various perspectives. I think it's really interesting. But I recommend everybody watch The Prince of Egypt, even if you are not Christian, because it's just so well done. It is such a fantastic movie. That is a hill I'm willing to die on. But it's so good. Look through heaven's eyes. Oh my God, a single thread in a tapestry, though its color brightly shines, will never see its purpose in the pattern of the grand design. Like, it's just so solid, and the guy who sings the song is on it. And then the Plagues song. The Plagues song? Oh my God. Y'all, don't get me fucking started. Don't get me started. I'm in the closet, it's late at night, so I'm not finna hit y'all with the range, because I get really excited when I hear it. I'm actually gonna listen to it before I go to bed tonight. It gives me chills. It is a life-changing experience. 19 minutes and 19 seconds as I say that. If you know what I'm talking about, give me a high five. Give me a high five right now, because yes, that shit is dope. But yeah, those movies were being worked on at the same time, Shrek and The Prince of Egypt. I think that's really crazy. But yeah, bruh, I love the Shrek movies. I was telling my sister, I was like, I want to do a watch party of the Shrek movies, and I want to drink and do like a watch party, like with other people, so we can pause it and talk. I love watching movies with other people that people have seen before, movies that like you can talk through so that you can talk and joke. It's one of my favorite viewing experiences. Like when it comes to viewing movies like at the movie theater, nah, I'm not into doing a whole lot of talking because other people paid to be here. If you were the type of person who'd be talking throughout the whole movie, come on, bro. People paid to be here. They paid to see the movie. When you watch it at home, then you can talk. Or if the movie theater is empty. Sometimes that happens. I'll get like a matinee ticket to watch a movie, and there'll be maybe one person there in the far back corner just chilling. And I usually have to keep my eye on that person. But yeah, I try not to talk through movies that people haven't seen before because it's crazy. You could talk, you could be like, hey, pass the mustard. Like if you're like, I don't know why you would be passing mustard if you like got food or whatever. And you'll miss a crucial point just for talking. And so many people be like, what happened at this part? You were talking, that's why you don't know. Next time, shut the hell up, and then you'll know what's going on. I can't be too bad though. I'm not actually mad. Like, I don't get mad. I mean, I do. When people are talking, they're being really loud and they're being really disruptive. I'm like, guys, we all paid money. Let's have good manners. Let's be good to each other. Come on now. I would like to know you all's favorite snack in the movie theater. For me personally, it used to be Milk Duds. I used to love getting a box of Milk Duds. Yes, they're incredibly hard to chew, but I loved the challenge. I was like, I want a candy that makes me work for it. And so I used to love Milk Duds. Until I was dating this guy. That's always how it starts. I was dating this guy, and he knew I loved Milk Duds, and I went over to his apartment one day. We were just gonna hang out while he worked from home. I'm one of those people. I'm like, what are you doing? I want to be where you're at while you're doing your stuff. I'll be in a separate room where I can see you, or I'll be like parallel play. I'll work next to you. I won't be disruptive. I said in another video that I'm like a chihuahua, but actually what's more accurate is I'm more like a cat. Like I'm very like, oh my gosh, yes, I love you, yes. Okay, that's enough. All right, leave me alone. I want to be over here doing one thing. But I went over to his house and he was like, surprise, I have all your favorite drinks in the fridge. And I was like, what? 22 minutes and 22 seconds as I say that. So somebody watching this video, you might be in a situation where if you are working on yourself and you are not being desperate, boo-boo. Any person, any ethnicity, any gender who is watching this, you might actually run into a person like this who enjoys having all of your favorite shit in their place so that when you come over, you're super comfortable. He used to have my favorite drinks in the fridge, and we were just dating. Like, there was no commitment at all, and he just did it just because that's how he was. I mean, I would do the same thing, so it's not really... It was shocking for me because other people doing that was shocking for me. I've done stuff like that for other people, but I don't expect other people to be me. You know what I'm saying? But he had my favorite drink, and then he was like, oh, surprise, and he had a box of Milk Duds, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're about to watch this Rihanna music video, play the music super duper loud, and I'm gonna eat these Milk Duds, and it's going to be an amazing situation. And I was eating the Milk Duds, and then there was a little tickle on my hand. The trigger warning, this is not, it's ants. So, before I continue, if this is disturbing. I looked at my hands and I had ants all over my hands, and I had been eating the Milk Duds, and he had set the Milk Duds down on his windowsill, and it was in Boston in like the summer, and the ants got into the box, and so I was like, I can't eat Milk Duds anymore. They did not hesitate. They attacked that box of Milk Duds. It was wild. I was like, why are there so many in here? I was completely turned off of the whole experience. So it used to be Milk Duds, but now my favorite thing, I'm not supposed to be eating cheese. We know this. I'm not supposed to be eating cheese. But I'll be damned if I go to the movie theater and I'm gonna watch a good movie and I don't get the nachos. I love the nachos. And then especially if they have jalapenos. I mean, they're like, I'm the type of person, I open up all my stuff before the movie starts because I don't want my bag while people are trying to watch the movie. I'm like, come on, man. Don't be that person. Don't be that guy. But yeah, I don't know why I started on that. I'm just having a really good day today. I'm having a really good day today. I have been seeing all over the place confirmations from the universe that my man I'm seeing everywhere that he is manifesting me. And I'm like, okay, all right, soulmates, come through, soulmates, let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready. Like, I feel deep down, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Like, because I'm in the place where I feel like I can spoil the shit out of my partner, but I also know that I'm in a place where I can set appropriate boundaries. Something that is incredibly important, and I think I already said this in a video at some point, because I've been talking a lot about relationships here recently, because I believe 2025, there's going to be a lot of new relationships happening. 25 minutes and 25 seconds. As I say this, it's important to make sure you spend time with your friends. It's important that you make sure you continue your hobbies. It's important that you continue your meditative practices, that you spend time alone, and sometimes you just don't see each other for a couple of days, because what we tend to do is we tend to lose ourselves in relationships when we get into them, and I think that is well and good. I think, dang, Net Pimple said, hello friend. My third eye is open. Damn. But I think it's okay to want to spend every waking moment with a person, but it's incredibly important for your mental health, it's incredibly important for your spirit, and for the health of your relationship that the both of you are able to spend time apart. I have a couple of friends who I've met through my sister, and this is what they do. Like, they are a part of couples, and they will sometimes be like, this week, I'm not going to see you this week. This week, I'm going to hang out. I'm going to do some other stuff. I'm going to focus on work, and I'll see you next week. And it's really just making sure that you are a healthy, happy person on your own while you are in a relationship. Because something that people don't realize is when you stop going out and, like, you stop doing the things that you enjoy, when you get into a relationship, you kind of become boring. Like, as an example, my ex and I would spend literally every waking moment together. And what happened was we had less and less to talk about because we weren't going out and experiencing things and then coming back to each other with stuff to say. Like, with conversations. So I'd be like, hey, let's talk, let's have a conversation. And he'd be like, we literally talked about everything. Like, what else is there to talk about? And I'd be like, I mean, damn, you're right. But, like, there's nothing you can think of. That's when the what if questions are helpful. That's when being playful and being a child is helpful. Because children will ask you the most interesting and crazy questions. But yeah, so I think it's really important to maintain a sense of independence outside of your relationship. And then when you're in your relationship, obviously, you know, you could do that. Some of you watching this video, you're going to have a really hard time when you get into your relationship because you've been hyper independent for years. And I just feel that. Like, I didn't see like a number on my clock or anything, but I feel like some of you watching this right now are either struggling currently in the dating process or in a relationship process, or you're going to struggle a little bit. And it's okay. Like, struggling is kind of a part of life. Not kind of, it is a part of life. And I think you'll be okay. I think it's important to be honest with your partner, even if you guys are just dating. Be honest. Be like, hey, so I'm used to being hyper independent, so I would appreciate your patience while I am working through allowing another person into my space and allowing another person to take care of me. But then you also have to back that up. Like, you actively have to be working on being better at it. I've met so many people who they're like, I'm trying, but they're not really trying. There's nothing happening. There's no change going down. And then they try to act blindsided when their partner's like, I've been unhappy for a minute. I've told you what I've been upset with. I've told you, like, what I would like for us to work through together. And then that person's like, yeah, I got you. And then it's like there's nothing going on. So, yeah. All of those things. I just thought of this, like, doing the whole, like, ooh, like, she got body. And I just thought about NCT, the K-pop group that I love. When they hit their song Favorite, I love their song. Girl, you're my favorite. Like, it's such a good song. It's like, yes, I'm your favorite. What? Y'all don't even know me. Not your favorite? What is this? Stop. That's how I feel. I feel like every time I watch a K-pop video, if you are like a fan of K-pop, I would like to know your favorite group in the comments, and I would like to know your favorite song, because if I don't know it, I'm gonna go listen to it. Because I'm a fan of a lot of different genres of music. K-pop in particular is interesting because I actually, and tell me if you've noticed this, I prefer to listen to certain groups because their music is more, they do like diminished chords, they do minor chords, and this might be a musician thing, but they do like complex chords. They do like the, what is it? Is it the Lydian mode? Like different chord progressions and stuff that are like things sound a bit more weird. I do not like listening to K-pop songs, or really any songs that are in major chords. Like ba da da. I don't know. I've always preferred to listen to stuff in like A minor or F minor. I'm a big fan of the key of E. I love the key of E. Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan. But yeah, so favorite group or groups, and then like maybe your top 2 songs, favorite song if you have one. Me, currently, I don't have a favorite group. Do I have a favorite song? I don't really have a favorite song. I have a lot of songs that are good. Like when they start playing, I'm like, damn. I think NCT started to take the cake for me a couple years ago, because just all of their songs on one of the albums that I can't even remember the name of the album, but almost every song was a banger, and I was like, this never happens. I mean, besides Tyler the Creator's new album Chromacopia, and then Kendrick Lamar's album, is it GNX, I think. Like those, I've liked almost every song. Not every song, almost. But I'm trying to think. Oh, what is it? It's Sweet Venom, and who's the group? Is it N-hyphen? I can't remember. Baby, da, 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 da. Sweet Venom, why don't you leave with your voice? Sweet Venom. Like, that's a good song. Go listen to Sweet Venom. Type it in. Some K-pop group will show up. I can't remember which group it was, but I love that song. It's such a good song. Boom, doom. Also, bass lines. I wish I could play the bass. Y'all, I really wish I could play the bass, because I'm always singing bass lines in songs. I'm like, this bass line is fire. I'm a big fan. Big fan of bass lines. I actually am all about that bass. Let's see. There were a couple things I thought today, and I was like, I might mention that in the video tonight. I think that all the time. I'll think, I might say something, because I never know. I never know what the topic of conversation is going to be for these, unless I'm like, guys, I was told what I was going to talk about today. And then I'll bring in my journal, and I'll be like, okay, so the first thing is, you're fucking up. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like sometimes that's how I come at y'all. I'll be like, you're not doing what you need to do. Fix it. Fix the damn thing. Let me see. I'm just feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. We're still on the feeling in love train. My dad told me today, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I feel really in love and I'm just really happy. And he's like, I think you've fallen in love with life. And I think that's, 33 minutes and 33 seconds. He's like, I think falling in love with life is just such a great place to be in, because then any little thing that happens becomes magical. So like, I'll see a particularly hefty ray of sun shine through the clouds and I'm like, oh my God, nature's so sexy. This is amazing. If you don't know Marshmallow People, if you look it up on YouTube, Marshmallow People, it was like an animation. It was like a couple of episodes, and it was so weird. They were so weird, but this was the part of YouTube that I was on. Like, what was it? Charlie the Unicorn? We're going to Candy Mountain, Charlie. Let's see. Marshmallow People. It's like, oh my God, I'm so totally bored. Ah! Well, hey, your face is pretty soft. Yeah, bro. This this is actually how my brain is, like, most of the time. There's all of this. And when I am just intoxicated, it's like, like it all just comes out. Who else? What other animation? Oh my gosh, The End of the World. That animation was really funny. I also really liked Cyanide and Happiness. That was another one that I really liked. Okay, so if you haven't seen Cyanide and Happiness, there's one series that they do, and it's Ted Bear. And it's the guy who is essentially acting like Bear Grylls. And if you don't know who Bear Grylls was, he was like a nature guy. He was very into like being out in nature and teaching you how to survive if you got lost. And he like his big thing was, you know, having to drink, you know, his pee sometimes, because it's like, well, there isn't a water source. Here's how you filter the water, and you've got to drink this so that you can stay alive. And the Cyanide and Happiness was like, I'm Ted Bear, try and keep up. Like, he was very into it. I loved, and he just kept eating. Like, there was one episode he kept eating. He was like, what was it? It was like, you have to reach all the way back into the tree to find the freshest, and then he pulls out a carton of milk, and he's like, the freshest milk, and he pops it open and he drinks it, and then he's like, see, and there are these bug cookies, and it was like little bugs crawling around, and they look like chocolate chip cookies, and so he bit into one and he spit it out, and he's like, ugh, and you think he's gonna be like, oh no, it's the bugs, and he was like, ugh, raisins. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that shit was so funny to me. I think that's what I'm gonna watch. Ooh, other things that I think you should watch that are from like growing up. Naruto Abridged. Yo, for those of you, oh wait, did I turn off my do not disturb? Let's see. I didn't. Okay, now it's on. I just got a text message. I'm not reading that. That sign's not gonna stop me because I don't know how to read. Wait, let me fix that. Okay, what was I talking about? Naruto Abridged. For my anime lovers, if you have not watched abridged series of shows, please go find them. The Naruto Abridged series is so old, but it was so funny. And I know if anybody watches it and they're like, Yasha, that shit was mad cringe, I'll be like, listen, the nostalgia has a hold on me. Nostalgia has a chokehold on me sometimes. But not in the way that you would think. Like, I don't like the fact that we're making live actions of popular cartoons. I don't like that we're doing prequels and sequels to already done content. 37 minutes and 37 seconds as I say this, so I don't know why this matters to someone. But I personally, I do know why it matters. I just thought about it. If you are a creative and you're wanting to get into film, please do it. We need more ideas. Hollywood is not great at coming up with new ideas. Hollywood wants to make money. At the end of the day, that is their MO, is that they want dollar signs. They trying to make that green. And so they will go with the safest option. Any movie that did really well or had a really large following, that is why they are making remakes of things. Like I've seen, oh my gosh. And some of them, I know some of them are good. And I'm not saying they're all bad, but I am saying I would like to see new ideas, more. I feel like Kylo Ren, more. Like when Knives Out first came out, I was like, more. Like I wanted more. I need more, please. I'm not a person who watches movies all the time, so I know I'm not like the right person who should be saying that, because I'm not like a film buff. I'm not a person who's like, actually, I know. I've seen The Godfather 37 times. I've seen Jaws 40 times, and I can tell you all the behind-the-scenes facts. Like, I'm not that guy. And I mean, I'm clearly not a film person, because one of my favorite movies is I believe it's 1999. It's either 1993 or 1999 Godzilla, with the guy who plays Ferris Bueller from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I love that movie. And that movie is long AF. That movie is long as fuck. And I loved Godzilla's design in that movie. Now, I like Godzilla's design now. Godzilla vs. Kong. I liked that movie. I liked the newer one that came out last year. 2024. The one that came out last year, I really liked it. But I love the like iguana kind of like thin arms design. I know this might be a hot take, but I love it. I also like the sound design for the roar in that one. I think it's because it's like it has like a high pitched screech in there. I'm very sound heavy. A movie that I actually really liked the sound in was it was Star Wars. It was one of the prequels. You all right out there, bro? Yeah. Just doing too much. What was doing too much, your bag? Yeah, it's my bag. It's gonna fall out the towel and make hell fucking noise. Shut up. Good. So that's my sister. I loved in the prequels there is, and I was gonna say spoiler alert, but these prequels have been out for so many years. Come on, y'all. It's where Anakin and or no, it's where Obi-Wan. It's the scene where it's all they're in the arena, and Mace Windu comes through on some this party's over. Like he comes in with the lightsaber, and it's in that giant arena where all of those creatures come out, and Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme are all, and Padme was wearing that super cute little, like crop top, white pants combo. She ate. Natalie Portman ate with her outfits in that movie. She looked so good. Natalie Portman's so fine. But she was looking super cute, and they came in to save Obi-Wan. The creatures, all of the noises that those creatures made, and then that one dude who like spoke in a different language, and he had wings, and I can't even do it, but like he clicked while he talked. It was music to my ears. It scratched something in my brain. I was here for it on a whole nother level. I love sound. I love when sound is done well. I will sit there and rewind a show. I'll rewind a podcast. I'll rewind a YouTube video if a sound that happens is done. Like there have been a couple of those on TikTok. Like if you've seen Fire Force, favorite character is Benny Maru. I love Benny Maru from Fire Force. And he super punches that one guy in the chest like the palm of death, and the sound that it makes. Oh my god. It's incredible. I also love the sounds of anything that goes pew and then it explodes. Big fan. Yes. This video is seeming like all I'm going to talk about is my special interests. I apologize to those of you who came for spiritual guidance or for spiritual tips, because I'm over here just geeking out on all my favorite stuff. But yeah, sound is really, really good. I also like really good dialogue. What's a movie where I think dialogue was done really well? Well, a show that I think dialogue... I was watching a podcast today, and it was the Clueless podcast. I'd be watching them all the time now. I'm watching a lot of their earlier episodes, so I'm not actually watching their newer stuff, because I'm not that type of person. I'm not a person who watches things as they come out. I always want to wait till a person has been doing something for a long time so I can binge. So I actually felt when I started doing these videos that there were going to be people 6 months after I started the videos. So I knew that in like April, May, there were going to be maybe a few people who were like, oh, I found this person whose content that I kind of fuck with, so I'm going to binge their stuff. And thank you to the person who commented on one of my videos. You were like, oh, she's really great. She deserves more likes. Thank you, love. I appreciate you for saying that. You deserve more likes. I have to go find that and see if you have a channel where you're doing anything. There's one channel I followed. The channel does like edits of the guys who do the Clueless podcast, and the edits are really funny. Some of them are really funny. And I followed that channel, and the channel only has like 200 likes. It's a really cute setup. The person who does it, I love it. But yeah, a show that did really good dialogue, and I have to agree, from the podcast that I watched, is Death Note. The dialogue is so good. Like, it's just so good. What's another anime where I was like, oh, the dialogue is eating? This is another reason why I wanted to learn Japanese, because I was like, if I knew Japanese, I would my mind would probably be further blown at the dialogue. Soul Eater. That is one of my favorite animes that I watched. I love the theme. Like, that anime eats. It eats. I mean, there are a couple of things in there I'm like, oh, why'd y'all do that? But for the most part, I liked it. Death the Kid, hilarious. This man is like, everything has to be symmetrical. And I love that, because that, for a long time, was me. That was me. I was the type of kid who was like, all right, so I've got all these toys and I'm going to line them up by size, then I'm going to line them up by color, and then I'm going to group them by name. First letter, and then we're going to alphabetize. Like, that's kind of how I was as a kid. But, yeah, man. Get into your special interests, bro. Lock it in. Get in there. Do your thing. Do your thing, girl. But yes. A movie where the music was actually really good and I really enjoyed it was Coco. I actually wanted to learn Un Poco Loco. I love that song, and I cannot remember the lyrics, but I was learning it at some point. I'm your amor, I'm your amor. I'm your amor, I'm your amor. So I'm always afraid to mess up speaking in other languages, primarily because I'm not trying to cuss nobody out by accident. That was my biggest thing. When I would be like, I want to learn languages, and I would ask like kids in the neighborhoods to teach me, and they'd be like, oh yeah, so how you say nice to meet you is this, and I'm like, you trying to get me to say some dumb shit, aren't you? You about to have me say something to your mama and she's gonna try to beat my ass because I'm gonna cuss her out because you thought it would be funny to have me say something I didn't understand. Absolutely not. I don't trust these kids out here. Don't trust people who are like, oh, I could teach you. No, I need to see certification. I need to see some paper. I need to see some evidence that you're not gonna have me out here looking stupid. But yes, I don't mean to be loud. But I'm very hyped up. I'm feeling very, very passionate this evening. What else we got? But yeah, Death Note's a really good anime. I would recommend it. Hellsing. Oh my god. If you're into dark material, if you like vampires, well, I would say watch Hellsing. It's very, very good. I like Hellsing. I'm a big fan of Alucard. The man was fine. There's a lot of fine anime men out here. I think I mentioned this in another video. But there's a lot of fine anime women out here. They out here, they be doing their thing. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, y'all. I could not finish Seven Deadly Sins. I couldn't do it. The princess, Elizabeth, she irritated the fuck out of me. I'm putting that out there. I could not finish it. I have friends who are like, no, but it gets good. And I'm like, yes, but she's still a part of it. I'm the type of person who I will stop watching something if there is an annoying character who has to be there. If the main character irritates me, I'm like, I don't care how good the show is, I'm not watching it. Because this character, especially if their dialogue is awful, if the character is clearly only there for fan service, I'm not watching it. And they don't need me to watch it. They're making all kinds of money. The amount of people I knew who were like, oh my god, Seven Deadly Sins is amazing. I was like, you know what, you do that. Spend your money, boo-boo. Spend your money. I support you in your endeavors. I'm feeling really, really good. Like, I'm feeling really, really good. Like, I wish I had... I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. I was thinking about not going because I was like, but I want to be lazy. But I think I am gonna go to the gym tomorrow. And tomorrow might have to be abs and leg day, maybe. Abs and leg day. Maybe abs and legs? I don't know. We'll see. Usually I don't know until I get there. I don't like pre-planning my workouts in the same way that I don't like pre-planning many a thing. Because as soon as I get into the pre-plan, then I'm like, I have to stick with the plan or I've failed. I've forgotten the face of my fathers. I've disappointed my entire lineage, My descendants weep. My ancestors, they are furious with me. Bro, when I tell you, it's fun being theatrical as fuck out here in these streets. It's fun being extra. Being extra is so much fun. Like, I used to be irritated when I would see people in restaurants, like being extra, or, like, seeing proposals and the women are like, ah, and they're doing the most. That 49 minutes and 49 seconds. Oh my gosh. So if you're, like, a theatrical person, I don't know how, but if you get proposed to this year, I would love to see a video of your proposal. Because I love seeing people be extra. I used to hate it, but now that I am on my own authenticity journey and I am loving people being their most authentic selves, I'm able to enjoy being my most authentic self. So, bro, I'm frequently in the grocery store and I'll be walking and then something inside me is like, you have to sing the song of your people and you need to sing it now. And I have no choice but to be like, ah, like loud as fuck in the store. And my sister will be like, you had to get it out. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. Like, it was sitting in my chest. Like, it was weighing upon me. Like, if I didn't say it, it was going to be a problem. So, yeah. Like, it's gotten to that point. It's gotten to that point. And it's so cool, because, like, I love just being a weirdo now. Like, it's so nice to just be weird, just to be your most authentic self. Join me. Come. Hop through the phone. Just come. Come with me. The humdrum bee's back there. The party bus is this way. I think I went into a party bus once. It was a long time ago. I was a little kid. And it was a family friend's daughter's birthday party. And I got in there and I was like, oh, the lights flashing? What are all these poles doing here? Because I was a kid. I didn't know what was happening. And I was like, ooh, this is great. But, like, it wasn't that great. Like, the party bus just parked right outside the house. And I was like, what? I thought the whole point was to be seen. I thought the whole point was to ride around so that people could see us having a good time and be like, oh, my God, we wish we were them. Did you ever have that? Did you ever have where you were having fun and you're like, oh, my God, people wish they were me? If you haven't had that, I'm glad. If you have had that, then you and I may be living similar lives. We may have had similar lives. I'm having a good day. Did I do anything today that I could actually talk about? Yeah, because ordinarily I would give, like, advice at the 30-minute mark, but we're just here. We're just here living. I don't really have anything. I don't really have anything to tell you other than what I'm telling you. Yeah, I think honestly that's all I have right now. I don't have much going on. Like, spiritually right now, I've been like, okay, what else can I work on? And my gut and team have been like, nothing, just chill out. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I'm always doing something. I'm used to always doing something. And they're like, well, you are doing something. You're posting these videos every night. And I'm like, okay, but is there anything else? Is this what I am? Is this what you've made me? Is this all I'm doing? And they're like, yeah, there's not much else for you right now. And I'm like, cool, word, that's great, that's dope. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that there's nothing else I need to be doing right now. So you may be somebody who is impatient and you are like, I'm ready to get to work. And maybe you've been doing work and your team is now, or your gut is now like, chill out. 53 minutes and 53 seconds as I say that. So, for somebody, chill out, relax, take a couple deep breaths, relax your mind, and let the rhythm unwind. Allow yourself to chill. Allow yourself to be in the moment that you are in. Feel your hands. Notice how you feel sitting in your body. Just relax. Just relax. My hands are all sweaty. I don't like that. It's not even that hot in here. No, my ring. Yeah, it's not even I'm actually a little chilly in here. And the temperature has dropped again. Florida needs to make up her mind. Come on, lady. Make up your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. This happens every so couple of videos that I do. There's like a video that I believe is a throwaway video because I'm not talking about anything I feel substantial. I'm just kind of existing and just being wild and being like, wah! And like my inner child is out here and she's just living. And I think tonight is one of those nights. I really thought I was gonna have something. I was like, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna get the channeling down. I'm gonna see the audience and I'm gonna be like, I got something for your ass today. Like, I really thought I was gonna have something, but I don't have much. Oh my god, I feel so weird talking about this. I was watching the Clueless podcast today, and Pezzy was looking particularly nice because he had a Letterman jacket on and it was black and white, and like the way that his bracelets and watch and everything was just put together. Yo, if you're a person who matches like your jacket and you match your pants and your shoes and like your hat and your jewelry, I fucking love that shit. I love to see people dressing well and don't also smell good. Oh my gosh, just in general, I appreciate y'all that do that, because life is just so much better when you see people walking around looking good and you're like, look at them. Look at all these sexy motherfuckers walking around out here. This is nice. I'm having a good ass time. Some days I feel that. I was coming through the Atlanta airport at some point and I was like, I thought all the pretty people, like I had heard that all of the pretty people were in like Silicon Valley. So I expected if I were to go to like, what is it, LAX? Is it LAX? I expected that's where all the attractive people would be. But going through the Atlanta airport, it's some fine people walking around there, having a good old time. And I'm like, do you know you're as fine as you are? How does it feel to look that good? And I look in the mirror and I'm like, bitch, you should know. I'm like, stop. Y'all get comfortable flirting with yourselves. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Because when you do that, I believe other people sense it. They sense your confidence. They sense how much you appreciate yourself. I'm not talking about being arrogant or cocky. I mean, maybe a little cocky. But I feel like people can sense that. And they're like, you know what? That person, they get it. They appreciate it. Because it's like weird being around people who are constantly shitting on themselves. Like, not shitting themselves, but shitting on themselves. Like, they're constantly speaking bad about themselves. And it gets hard to be around people like that because you see them very differently. Like, if I were to talk to you, like, in person right now, I could probably come up with 5 things about you just based off of talking with you and having a 5-minute conversation that I like. Even if you're a person who has opposing views to mine, I can come up with 5 things that I appreciate. And it's something that I have been able to do since I was little. I actually really appreciate, like, I like to see, it's like Santa from The Guardians when he was like, I see you, wonder, I have big eyes, I have big eyes. I had very big eyes when I was a child. I just heard, damn, all those eyes and you still need glasses to see. First off, shut the hell up to whoever. Bro, my spiritual team, people be thinking that, like, your spiritual team and, like, your spirit and all of that, like, I used to hear people be like, oh my god, it's love and light all the time and it's just so beautiful and you're a fairy and you're amazing. And for me, maybe for some people that's the case, but not for me. These beings be stepping all over my toes. They be like, you fucking up. And I'm like, so you could have been nicer. And they're like, no, because that's not. So the thing is that all of that, spirits, those beings, all of that, they are me. They are you. They are us. So they talk to us in a way that we understand what's happening, what's being said. So I think they knew. They were like, we can't talk to her and be like, oh, our sweet summer child, get it together because things are gonna get harder, but you're doing well. Like, no, that's not how they talk to me. That's not how they talk to me. There are a couple members on my team, they be like, yo, if you don't get your shit together, we know something. And I'm like, what you gonna do to me? And they're like, no, it's what you gonna do to yourself. It's what you gonna do to yourself. You gonna fuck it all the way up. And I'm like, how? I was just sitting here. And they're like, yes, but you're thinking. All day you're thinking. And that's where a majority of life happens, is in your mind. If you're a person who spends like 90% of your time in your own head and you're constantly thinking or you're constantly disassociating and you're constantly spacing out, there's a lot of work that is being done up there. And oftentimes people don't realize that your mind is where a majority of the work has to take place first. Or you have to get on board at some point. So you can start with physical. So like if you need to get into a habit of something to kind of try to settle your mind, you can do that too. But like, if you don't believe you deserve the good things that the universe, that other people give you, that come to you, if you don't believe you deserve those things, then it doesn't matter if they show up in your reality because you're just not going to appreciate them. There are a lot of people who I think are wanting partners. They want this magical relationship. And there are a lot of people who are wanting a promotion. They want their job. But the thing is that they're already so ungrateful for the things that they have. Ooh, 1 hour and 1 minute, so that's 101 on the timer. So there are people who you already have a lot and you have things to be grateful for. But instead of being grateful, you're spending a lot of time bitching and moaning about what you don't have. And imagine if you're a person trying to give something to somebody and they're constantly bitching and moaning about the stuff they don't have. Does that make you want to give them more? Odds are no. Those are the odds. I don't know who's still watching at this point, but if you are watching, I suppose that was for you. Be grateful. Be more grateful. Having a mindset of gratitude and a heart of gratitude will do wonders for your physical body. Look it up. Look it up. Don't just hear what I'm saying. Go online and look up what gratitude can do for your physiological makeup. It does no harm. It does no harm to be grateful. So, and you can be grateful for all kinds of things. I try every day to think of 5 things that I've never said before that I'm grateful for. And it gets harder the longer I live. But I always feel really like I did it when I can say that I'm grateful for things. The way that I kind of cheat the system is I'll say I'm grateful for very specific things in locations that I've never been. That's how I be doing it. So like I'll go to the lake here where I live and I'll be like, I'm grateful for this particular bench that I'm fun to sit on. I ain't never been grateful for that bench. That bench is a different bench. Or I'll be like, I'm particularly grateful for this palm tree that I'm putting my hands on and I'm absorbing the energy. So that's how I do it. If you're ever interested in doing it. I wish I had a more complex camera because these little like marbles on my necklace actually glow in the dark. It's so cool, but it won't show up on the camera. I've tried, and it won't show up. I love glow in the dark stuff. I saw a picture on Instagram today, and it was a girl who was like, come under the blankets, I want to show you something. And the guy gets under there, and it's a bunch of glow in the dark dinosaurs, and I was like, yes, solid relationship. A+. I like that. I like that a lot. Guys, look here. Look here, y'all. It's a good time to be alive. There are a lot of good things happening. And there are a lot of good things that I know that are going to happen for not just me, but for other people. And then the challenge will be being grateful for those things and being in the moment when those things happen. Because there's some of you who like to jump to the next thing as soon as you get something. So I know a lot of people who, because they're so driven, they will say, oh yeah, so I won an award for this thing that I did, but then that night I'm already working on the next thing. And while that's all fun and good, please take the time to celebrate your accomplishments and your achievements. Please take that time. It's so important because by taking the time to celebrate your achievements and to be grateful for them, you are putting out there into the general vicinity and the universe that you recognize what came to you as being something that you wanted. If you just move right past it, and then you're trucking, and then something happens and you lose everything, and then you're like, damn, how come I can never get anything good? It's like every step of the way was something good. Every small milestone to the big milestone was something good, and you just, no cheek contact, took a dump on it. Why would you do that? Come on, man. You gotta be grateful for the shit that you have, for the shit that comes to you. I mean, even if it's something small, like finding a dime outside or finding a particularly smooth rock by the river, and you're like, yo, this is kind of dope. I kind of want to take it back to my house with me. Life is good. Life is really good. I'm going to drink some water, and then I think we should take a couple deep breaths, and then that might be it for me for this evening. So let's take some deep breaths together. And as you're taking these deep breaths, I want you to think about all of your cells and your atoms. I want you to think about little light shining through them and healing them. And healing your atoms, healing your body, and bringing it back to a place of good health. So just imagine light in all portions of your body as we're doing this breathing exercise. Okay. I always start with a breath out. And then breathe in. Fill your lungs and your upper back. Hold and exhale. Breathe in again. Feel everything. Feel your chest expand out into the side, and breathe into your upper back. Hold and exhale. It also helps if you close your eyes, unless you're driving. I know some of you watch these videos while you're driving, so be careful. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. That was good. That was really good. I had a professional massage once in Boston. My company was doing like a thing where they were like, oh yeah, we'll cover the price of getting a professional massage. It's the first one I'd ever gotten. And I went in, and it was a lady, and she talked to me the whole time. But it was okay. I didn't mind. But when I tell you, it is the weirdest thing getting a massage, because she was like, well, you can keep your clothes on if you like. And I was like, why would I do that? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you're saying I can do that if I would like, so that means that there is a normal thing that happens where I remove my clothes? I mean, that sounds fun. And she was like, well, yeah, you can take everything off except like your undergarments, because we will use like the oil and stuff. I was like, sign me up for the oil, bro. What am I doing here? So I took my stuff off. She came back, and she was giving me a massage, and everything was great until I was on my back and she had my legs, and then she kind of bent them in, like kind of how parents do to babies, and what you think happened, and I was so embarrassed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I really did not mean to pass gas in such an egregious way. And the fact that there was like really nice, calm music playing, I was like, I ruined the whole vibe. And she was like, no, it happens all the time. I was like, I don't care that it happens all the time. 9 minutes and 23 seconds as I say that. I am embarrassed. I can never show my face here in this establishment again. Like, you're acting like this is super normal for you. And she was like, yeah, it is. It happens all the time. And then I couldn't even focus on what she was saying afterwards because I was like, I cannot believe I just did that. And like, she was right there. She was right in the danger zone. And I was like, I can't believe that happened. I haven't been back to a massage since. I haven't gone back. But I want to because I have a feeling a deep tissue massage is in order. I also feel like at some point I may need to go to the chiropractor because my back be doing weird things at night. I'd be turning over super fast and I hear snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies and I'm like, what is going on? And I know a lot of people said once you crest into your 30s, your body's gonna start like doing stuff and giving out and everything. And I was like, nah, it's not gonna be me. So actually when I turned 30, I started working out like a lot all the time. I was like, it's not gonna be me, bro. I'm not gonna be walking around out here feeling bad and feeling tired all the time. It's not gonna be me. So I feel like I've been relatively successful in avoiding like serious injury by working out and stretching. If you can, I guess my final tip for the evening is to stretch. And don't stretch until there's pain. That is not the way to stretch. I would look up how to stretch, but start with something simple. Start with some simple stuff and really just get into your body. You know, stretch, especially if you're on the computer and you're working on the computer all day. You know, pull your head like this, or, you know, all kinds of other stuff that you can do in order to work on making sure that you feel good. I appreciate you all being here with me. I really enjoyed this one in particular because I was able to go off. At some point, I would love to do these types of videos with somebody else. Ooh, ringing in my ear. Ooh, so is that gonna happen? Is that gonna be a thing at some point? Because I feel like it's easier to bounce off of other people. And it's easier to, like when you have other people that come through with ideas on stuff to do, you can be like, oh wow, that's a really good idea. But yeah, so maybe that's something that'll be done. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo's world. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo's world. Elmo loves his goldfish, his crayons too. That's Elmo's world. And I'll leave you with that. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.